Hello there, chat. Don't start the stream. I have to switch to the scene, or I can't speak into the mic. I have to move my mic over to the starting soon screen. I didn't like do the scenes properly. 1 second. No, she doesn't stream. She's a professional welder that draws on her free time. She has putting a lot of effort into it. You should be able to hear me now on this screen. I didn't have my mic over on the screen, so couldn't hear me. I'm gonna mess with some settings after I finish the stream, but because I noticed some stuff. But what do you think, chat, overall of the starting soon screen? Ten out of 10. That's what she's hoping to hear. She put a lot of work into this. She hurt her foot like a few weeks ago at work, so she hasn't been able to be at work. She's like in a foot brace thing. So she's been at home. So she just had a lot of free time. So she decided to make me something. She's been putting a lot of work into this, so it's how I'll be starting all my streams now. Thank you, Adrake Gareg, for the 2-month Prime sub. Appreciate that. And depressed defect, yeah. But yeah, I will be using this from now on. I just have to make the settings to where the music will go to the YouTube as well. Because right now YouTube is just silent, which isn't great. Yeah, she'll appreciate all the compliments. She worked very hard on this. She worked very, very hard. But here's a Slay the Spire. Here's the game we're gonna play today. How you doing, chat? Well, I'll probably show it off again later when there's more viewers in here, just to show people what it is. Pretty cool stuff. There's gonna be like some more elements on it at some point, like plugging the YouTube and stuff. Like it's gonna look like a professional starting soon screen. That's the idea anyway. Just to make it look as professional as possible. Get to start with the Defect. Apparently, very shy, depressed Defect. This Defect is dead. Alright. Probably going to be swapping. Hard to imagine I'm not swapping. That's a pretty fun one. Would have been cool if I would have upgraded Zap and Dualcast. The war paint with the ice cream. That would have been pretty cool. I'll take this though. White Bee statue is a very nice relic to start the run with. Just knowing you're going to get potions in every floor from the start of the run. is pretty sick. Pretty sick stuff. And ice cream is very easily breakable on Defect, so probably play into some kind of synergy space that wins the game with the ice cream. I got a few paths that I don't mind in this act. I'll decide after I like go these 3 combats. My Relics are already just saving me so much HP in this fight. Kind of. Ice cream didn't actually do anything. Suppose I'll take a cool-headed. I don't think dual casting there makes any sense at all, so I'm not going to do that. About the worst possible draw. I mean, I could have had Defend minus instead of Defend plus. That would have been worse. It's the second worst possible draw. Hollow. Pretty breakable with the ice cream. Ball. So yeah, do I want to just go like final easy pull into, or a hard pull into like choose between 3 elites, and also like this path can see a lot of hallway fights. Kind of like seeing a lot of hallway fights, so just like build a good deck and win. Good dual cast here. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Energy pot there, like, doesn't really do anything, so. Blue sequence with ice cream, like, has some kind of payoff, I guess. Pushes me towards the hallway farming path, though. I think that's just what I will do. Hopefully I don't randomly die to numbers. I'm going to describe it as very likely with ball lightning top deck or whatever. Could cool headed here. I know I don't have lethal next turn. Eight plus 16 is 24. $29. It always dies next turn if I play Zab dual cast. Yeah, I would hope that I don't have to take that much damage. They get 6 this turn, 6 next turn. So there is like a draw that dies, right? Like it's this. If I draw any other hand, I don't die. any other hand, like cool-headed, that draws into strike. Like if I draw cool-headed here, I draw into strike. I would deal 8 plus 6 plus 3, which is 11, 17. 17 plus 9. It's not even really close to killing. Basically, I have to draw ball lightning next turn is what I see. If I don't play dual cast right now. If I play dual cast, then I have 19 damage, 22 damage. Strike by itself is 9. Yeah, that would kill. That's 1 damage off, actually. So if I play just dual cast, I'm still in a position where I need... Oh, no, because I can draw cool-headed at that point. I can draw cool-headed into strike, and I want to die if I bottom deck ball lightning. Zap does the same thing, though, right? If I draw just strike, I would die. Really? If I just end turn and draw the bad hand and just play defense in the bad hand, do I die next turn? So I'm taking 31 and going to 14 this turn. Yeah, I would die. So the only line to never die is to play Zap dual cast. Because if I what I see is if I just play just dual cast and just draw strike next turn, bottom deck these two, I die. If this just does 9, it doesn't do more than 9. 16 plus 3 is 21. Or 16 plus 3 plus 3 is 19, 22. So it leads to 22. 22 plus 9 is 31. If I draw cool-headed, it's dead, always. So I have to bottom deck exactly these two. I just don't really believe in it. Not real. It doesn't happen ever. It's fake. I will play around not drawing the ball lightning though. Multicast is pretty good. I think I'll take focus though. Will I rest here and fight another elite? Is that a thing I can do? I mean, the next elite is not Nobbers. GG. Could use a potion with YBs, but so far hasn't saved any HP, so. Kunai? Sure. Good look at memories that. Put it in play. It's like a pretty sick card. I'd rather just chill. For now. Can also look at memories if I need to kill the guy. I no longer have the good thing in front. I'm still just drawing defends like a gamer. If I did Ball Lightning into the dual cast, I'd have this in front. That was bad. It was good, actually. We're going to kill this one. I took 0 damage in this fight. Focus deck. I just like don't have the orbs to support focus deck. I could take a rainbow and have the orbs and like have an actual slime boss card. And, like pretty good card with cables as well. Go for the Ice Kunai GG. I just need draw cards before like these things really pay off. Could go to a shop. Spend some gold. I think I'd rather not. I need to play this, or can I just block? Just block. Pile driver is definitely worth picking up. So plus 8 damage is going to be 37. Right? Yes. 37 times 2 is not 71. Don't think. And these cards are really not what we're looking for. I'm gonna try to make a Dark Orb in this fight. It's like kind of the goal, I guess. That will split next turn. Or I can just split this turn. A couple different options. Playing Strike Strike, getting a Kunai and splitting now is like, honestly, probably completely fine. Oh, a reason to exhaust the thing. Kill this one next turn with Look at my raise if I need to. Which I suppose I do. Yeah. Is that the right split time? Maybe it wasn't. It's probably not terrible though. I mean, typically Echo Form Snecko is like a pretty good set of things to get. Yeah, Sozu Wipies. I mean, Sozu's not even like a relic here. It's just, do I want Astrolabe over the Echo Form Snecko combo thing? Obviously, Snecko's not that good with Dual Cast Plus, FTL, and Boot Sequence. Or like Cool Headed and Compile are in the deck as well. It makes it a little bit worse. But it's good with Hollow. I have a Scaling card in the deck. It's good with Ice Cream potentially. It's good with Echo Form. It's just good with Echo Form. That's like the whole reason this is good. It's just like go with Echo Form. It's so good with Echo Form that it's actually just clickable. Without Echo Form, it's like pretty close to being terrible, but I have an Echo Form, so it's just fine. Funny how that works. Having Echo Form makes your deck better. It's a truth. Having Echo Form makes your deck better. Quota plus bat with Snecko. Quota in general is just like whatever with Snecko. It's not great. The best draw of all time. Get meant to max block. Yeah, because when I draw Dual Cast, it dies anyway. -1 potion slot. Ridiculous. So bad. Top 3 potion now or what? I mean, Zap's like okay to play right now. It's probably not good though. The deck would be a little bit better with a self-repair in it. Or like a Glacier maybe. That would also be okay. Better just play this. Probably better just play this. Keeps 1 more energy for next turn. And this guy's basically dead anyway. The act of playing Echo Form is just enough to win most fights, and playing Echo Form is easier with Snecko Eye. So Snecko Eye is good here. I don't want more card draw cards. I already like have enough that makes the Snecko a little bit awkward. I don't want the Snecko to be more awkward, really. I should have counted damage there. I chose not to, which was like very lazy of me. There's like maybe a way to deal enough damage where I don't take this damage this turn. Can she attack next turn too? Yeah, she can. Again, maybe it could have been less lazy and actually like played around this. We'll just trade Fairy. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't see a problem. Trade Fairy and just start resting. It's always funny to me when this fight's like so ridiculously bad. It's bad in this kind of spot. I mean, I played the fight wrong, obviously, but it's not a good fight here. If you're gonna attack me again this turn, I can take more damage. Warp slot, GG, infinite. One of the shops of all time. I found my energy boss relic. I did. It's pretty good. I also just like to remove a card here. I don't like the cards that I'm drawing into, but I could see buying Strawberry. More HP in this act is actually just so good. I don't really want to fight this hard pull. No, I'm definitely taking the passive act, right? That means I kind of do want to fight the hard pull. Rather than getting altered or whatever. I'm gonna buy Strawberry over a card remove. Can't stop me. Please draw all my actual cards, thank you. And then this fight's gonna drop a Glacier for me. Easy. Not quite. I can add a Force Field Kunai and just like a Desire for front load block though. I can rest here and fight the Elite. Could also full dodge, but I don't think I need to full dodge. I have like extra energy into this fight. And an Echo Form. Echo Form is pretty good. Have Echo Form. We're fine. Everything is fine. We have Echo Form. That hits there. I can still do something about it, right? If it doesn't, then I can even do this. Big fan of this relic we picked up called Mummified Hand. I think the Mummified Hand's been pretty good. Well, I just block this idiot, right? He goes Kunai GG. Get in there, lightning. Alright. Meat on the bone, man. Self-repair. Okay, that was a lot of healing we just picked up. We're kind of at full HP now, a little bit. We're kind of full HP now. It's time for the Sneckle oil. Give me the starting soon screen. Sure. There are more people here now. Check it out. You can watch the whole thing. It resets my my capture every time, but it's fine. That is all of the characters that she wanted to put in so far. Yeah, my sister made that. Indeed she did. Play another cool-headed. I'm kind of full blocking. Yeah, all of the art in the channel was made by my sister. Just all of it. If you're wanting credit for anything, that's all my sister made it. She actually plays Slay the Spire. No, she's never even played a run of Slay the Spire. Not even a singular run of Slay the Spire. Please give me $400. Thank you. Games can you give me $400 here? Sure. Fine. I'll take my empty node. Fine. Won't complain. Can I get like one of the broken things? For ice cream. I kind of want to break ice cream. Like, I don't need meteor shite, but just give me like a double energy. That'd be pretty cool. And a lot of the high quality art that she's done just in general has all been from ice cream. Like she's learned sort of how to draw, like she's gotten a lot better at it by working on my stream art. She just took it as an opportunity to like, I mean, she's always had a passion for it. Does this die? I don't know. And this is her biggest thing yet. The thing she's worked the hardest on so far. I'm very lucky. Alright, recycle. Infinite. Or the ice cream, we can do something. Should I go to a 320 gold shop? Probably, right? Like, sure, upgrading something here is like okay, but it's not that good. Could just buy a strawberry at every shop. I'll buy buffer. That card seems alright. The mummified hand. Play Zap here? Probably not. It's a decent amount of damage, man. I guess playing Equi was just good there, right? Maybe even very good. A little bit zoned out. I'll be fine. Buffer stack would have been pretty good, though. Really dealing the rest of this damage isn't the easiest thing to do. I'm gonna do it like this, and it's gonna be fine. Big. I mean, how can you not get big? Must get big. Going into an elite fight, by the way. I'll be fine. Self-repair, self-repair. Because of course. Try to double play the algo, I suppose. Meteor Strike would be good here, it's true. Multicast be good here? Probably. Did I just get a question card? The question card will give me Meteor Strike for sure, right? Surely it will. I believe in the defect. Must dupe every power. Of course. Absolutely mandatory that I dupe every single power in my deck. Do I recycle? No. I draw block next turn. Just like push this orb to the front and multicast it after I dupe my genetic algorithm. I can just play multicast whenever I draw it. It will die. I haven't actually done the math. I just assume it will die. Bias cog or creative AI? No meteor strike, by the way. Where's my meteor strike? I mean, I kind of just already have the powers that I want AI to make in the deck. Like, they're just in the deck already. Except for bias cog. I'm in. Snack amid. Ow. Oh no. No, that's not 21. It's 20. True. It's very true. Should always get it in hand before they die, right? Bro, can I have a glacier? It seems like kind of bad, to be honest. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. Consume kind of sucks. The card's kind of terrible. Just like kill it. Should probably do my algo though. That sounds kind of logical to do Balgo. Bomb Thunder. So this card exists solely to kill Reptomancer, and for no other reason. Its purpose in life is to kill Reptomancer and take Skim instead. Not that I hate the idea of killing Reptomancer, but I just kind of don't love it, you know? Damn, hit like the worst possible targets every time. I have 3 buffer stacks though, so maybe I'm fine. Gonna need those 3 buffer stacks. Ow. 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 Probably do something good next turn. Cards are pretty whatever. This event is pretty good though. You could take $2,000 and die. No buffer, a little bit unfortunate. If that splits, it doesn't matter. I'm invincible. That's why I don't like this fight's design, is because it's like so late game that like you just can't actually take damage in these fights. Hello, Kroven. Yeah, Hexaghost can sometimes deal damage to you, I guess. Dig! Focus! Upgraded focus and dig! Still have the problem of only having one Frost Orb. I could have taken the Cool-Headed for that problem. That was one of the best events to see, so I don't really expect an event to outperform a hallway fight at this point. Rebound. Incredible. Yeah, it's like a very low power level enemy for this late in the game. I guess you can just have a bunch of powers and then just like find the orbs magically somehow. Like actually the problem with the deck right now is that I just have like all these very cool, very good powers and then just no orbs to like make them do anything. The bird, what do I do against the bird? Oh god. I just like upgrade Rainbow, genuinely. Kind of a funny idea, but it's probably a good idea. Spire 2. When is that? When does that happen? Do you know? Thursday? Okay. Keep a lookout for this Thursday. Dig? Anyone digging? Might be digging. I don't want Carter Words more than I want relics at this point, but yeah, I can't even upgrade Rainbow. Dig. Not Reptomancer. It's always weird on Defect when you don't fight any Reptos. It's like, is the game even trying? Game needs to lock in and put some Reptos in my path, or I'm just gonna win. Cool, starting soon video. Thanks. My sister would be happy to hear that people liked it. Whetstone. Consume plus. Just keep adding. Just like make the cool headed the only card that I have to draw to win the game. And then just never draw my cool headed and then die. It's an idea. A20H just doesn't do anything. Consume lets me like scale and awaken one without playing. Yeah, it's probably Consume. Lets me scale and awaken one without playing like too many powers or something. Singing Bowl. I could go to like just a bunch of shops with all the gold. I think I should farm elites though. Dig. Holy Juzu bracelet. Premium relic. Game just doesn't know what a Reptomancer is apparently. I might draw a card, maybe. A few things that would help here, but I hope I find one of them. Because if I don't, things could get kind of messy for sure. Bottled Lightning, Cold Snap. Frost. I can bottle my cool-headed. Frost. I can never bottom deck my Frost anymore. The shop is alright. Some would say the shop is alright. It's okay. Can get just like another Echo Form. That little guy. Can get like a little Heatsink guy. Get like a Meteor Strike guy. Can get like a Remove guy. Remove guy kind of closes out some things that I can do in Act 4, but I can just like remove twice, and that's pretty good. Like, is there something especially wrong with removing twice? I don't really feel like there is. There kind of is. I can still buy a common relic though. I just like can do that. So I have 86. So not like that limited in Act 4 really. Die. Infinite energy. Oh boy, I love infinite energy. There are 2 Echo Forms and I still can't draw them. What's up with that? Grading heat sinks. I have Fusion Hammer, so probably dig. Is it too late? It's definitely not too late for another cool-headed. Dig! Toy Ornithopter. Incredible. I mean, I got a decent amount of value in this act, but still like I'm mildly disappointed. I didn't get like some random instance burner or whatever. Everything's just mid. The Bird of Evil. A very evil enemy. Interesting card draw there. I wasn't really gonna play Meteor Strike. Probably still won't. But my draw pile is like just powers. So it's kind of hard to expect to do anything next turn. These Bird Cultists kind of do need to die, so. I'll just play the buffers, you know, it's fine. Might do Echo Farm. We just go crazy. Then we go infinite. Don't worry, guys. We got kunai. And also, we're like infinite. Chilling. It's all good. End of the day, all that matters is that you are infinite. Play a run of Slay the Spire, make sure you're infinite or you're cooked. You're just done for. It's over for you. All right, I did it. I won against the Bird of Evil. Very scary fight with all my powers. Has 24 strength. Look at that. Terrifying. So do you agree that Snecko with Meteor Strike is good? Any dissenters in chat to the idea that Snecko with Meteor Strike is pretty good? Die. The nuts. These guys can't stop my infinite. Which is definitely the strategy of this deck. This deck is definitely an infinite deck. That's what I built here, is an infinite build. The archetype we went for here is infinite. The infinite archetype. Single card better than Second with Meteor Strike. Very occasionally, Echo Form can be better. Depends on what problems your deck has. Echo Form can actually solve problems that Meteor Strike can't solve. But generally speaking, yes, Meteor Strike's the best card in the game with Echo. And Corruption is second best, probably, generally speaking. But even on like Ironclad, something like Barricade or Demon Form could technically solve more problems than Corruption. More energy. Die. All right, Act 4. It's a good deck. Yeah, I got punched in early Act 2, and then I went to a shop and it had Mummified Hand in it, and then I stopped getting punched. Ding! Alright, these relics aren't that good. So I'm glad I played into like the potential for double remove, because I mean that just does make my deck a little bit better. Drawing my Echo Forms faster is decent. And a Potion Belt. I mean, yeah, I've had White Beast Statue from the very beginning of the run. You kind of expect to have, if you're not having to use potions, you're probably going to have good potions. Add another Cool-Headed. Deck's kind of fixed now that I've added like a few Cool-Headeds to it. I actually just draw into my Frost. Look at that. Frost. That's 3 cost. Oh shit. I might have made a blunder. Terrifying. Everything is fine, chat. Hollow Cold Snap. Like, I don't know what the math is. I'll just play defend. Damn. Ow. This is probably a good enough setup, right? probably a good enough setup. Seems likely to me. I should try to set up my relic, right? This guy. Be the difference between drawing Echo Form turn 1 and not drawing Echo Form turn 1. It just can't be. Doesn't kill it. I don't think it can damage me before it dies. So. Full HP, Bronze Scales, another Echo Form, because why not? Why not, chat? Why wouldn't I just get another Echo Form? I can hollow algorithm and pretend like that's doing something, I guess. Whoa, guys, algorithm. Whoa. Oh, it full blocks. Wow. I could damage cap with this, but probably this energy is like pretty good to have, right? I don't know, I don't have a loop. This might be a close one. Playing the first 5 cards of your turn twice, good. All right, GG. I did it. I won. Insane. Be free. Inside the Spire. Alright. For anybody who wasn't here earlier, would you like to see the starting soon screen again? You can keep showing it throughout the stream. People who haven't seen it. Check it out. Even has Spire 2 guys in it. Sister's been working on that for a few weeks. Finally get to unveil the secret project. Yeah, if you like watching my streams, you're going to be seeing that a lot because I'll be using it in every and she plans on, if new characters get added to Spire 2, she'll add those characters to the roster there. She's currently redrawing some of the art for my stream. She's going to try to redraw a lot of the things. Her art style has just gotten a lot better over the past like year or so. So like some old emotes that she's gonna improve on and some stuff like that. So look forward to that. But anyway, I'll be back to play another run. I'm going to take a break first though. Defect and Watcher in SES2, yeah. I mean, they'll always be relevant to Spire. I imagine Defect has a higher chance of appearing in the game in some shape or form, even if he's not a character. It's not a character. But Watcher probably won't show up. Watcher has a bad reputation. Even among like casuals in the game, Watcher has a pretty bad reputation. So. Anyway, BRB. All right, I have returned. Sister was happy to hear everybody liked the starting soon screen. She's actually drawing right now. She's addicted. Relics dug 4. This round was pretty straightforward. I mean, with this kind of start, you should just win if you don't play improperly. I got Echo Formatus Neko, which is pretty good to Mummified Hand. It's also pretty good. Rich. I don't really think, like, when I'm playing properly, I like damage options on Watcher very much at all. But when I'm not playing properly, and like it's been a long time since I played properly on Watcher. But I still like wasn't clicking damage options because I was like, oh, I don't think they're very good, so I shouldn't click them. But now I'm just like, why not click them? No, I don't click that though. I mean, I don't mind being Giga Rich, but the whole behind a remove thing is pretty sad on this character. So I could take Crescendo just to like have that ability to interact for 1 energy when I'm not going to be able to upgrade Eruption if I want to farm max. Which of course I do want to farm max. Like of course. I want to farm max and I want to farm the super early. Like of course. Okay, watch like the other characters and just don't force the infinite. We okay? I don't know what you mean, sorry. So much damage. Why is that so much damage? It does 24 plus 24. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? So you know potions in those fights is a pretty cool thing. Goodbye, super knobbers. Don't really feel like I need a card in my deck right now. So get into Wrath right now. Pretty chill. Skip me. Maybe. Foresight, GG. Hard to take when there's an empty line on the screen. That's insane. These gremlins are doing something. This is like the worst possible set of gremlins, and also, I mean, it's a lot of bad things, is what I'd tell you about this, like, occurrence. Like, what's happening right now is, like, bad. Could have played around it by not using the potion. That's like the main thing I could have done to play around this. It's truly terrible, isn't it? Did I have to like play a more risky line? Probably had to play a more risky line, huh? This line's just not good enough to survive. I had to like risk more, basically. I think I do survive with this though. Do I have Frail next turn? I do. It's bad though. Oh no, I don't actually. Right? Yeah, I'm off by a little bit. I can do inner peace, defend, but that's like really bad. There's nothing else, right? Inner peace, defend can get out of the fight. Right, I block for 6. They're dealing 10. Then I just basically have to go here and get bailed out by something. Like a waffle or whatever. Or go to the event and he heals me. Something like that. Assuming I survive next turn, which is also an assumption. Like, I can just bottom deck some cards. Can't play strike here. I think I should. Alright. About the worst possible imaginable thing happening in that floor. It's all good though. I gotta take flurry here. The die button. Alright, so we can take like block pot. That can maybe keep me alive. Mental Fortress is like really broken, but that's a hard time keeping me alive, sadly. I'd like to heal up a little bit so I could upgrade the fire. So like I kind of want to bandage up. This has to be fun. I could do Mental Fortress bandage up. That's like one of the lines that exists in the game. It's always Fortress, I think. It's just like, do you buy one of these too? Deceive's pretty good. I'm gonna go bandage. I'm a dream. I'm gonna be a dreamer. Alright, bandage, it's keeping me alive. Deceive would have also kept me alive, but I'll pretend like bandage did something good there. I mean, it was plus 1 HP. Should I take a freaking smoke bomb? So I can always smoke bomb the next fight. Having a 100% chance to survive the next fight's like kind of good. I don't know. I feel like I need these potions. I just feel like I need them. $24. Yeah, I can't kill, huh? That's insane. Oh, I could have like more convincingly killed. I could have also placed that somewhere else. Don't look at me. Just don't look at me. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I can can upgrade Eruption, I think. I want to. I think I can. I think I can. Your HP go? I got Gang of Gremlins. And they ganged up on me. The Gang of Gremlins. I'd like to enter Wrath this turn. Is that practical? Kind of practical. Smite Miracle Strike, I guess. But I shuffle out my Flurry, so I'll go with that really. Okay, Flurry's here. But now I don't have, like... So do I have enough damage to kill is the question, I guess. I mean, I better. Are you telling me, the Watcher, that I don't have enough damage to kill? You a blasphemer? I might not have enough damage to kill. And I block 18 times 2. But like strike, smite this turn. That's like a line. And then I can go block pot, deceive, defend, or deceive, defend. That's 9-7. It's probably better to do math as like if I have lethal right now. It's probably the better math to do. But you know. I have 48 plus more than 36. Plus 12 potentially. 48 plus 38. That is enough damage. I just have lethal. As long as I don't top deck strike here. Oh god. It's like the worst thing that could have possibly happened. But I have Gambler's Brew, so it's fine. Alright. Giga chilling. Absolutely gaming. It's all good. I paid for this freaking potion, by the way. I'm about to throw it away for a freaking regen pod. Can I just play another run? I don't really want to play this one. My boss reward was Establishment, Master Reality, and what was the third card? It was also kind of bad. And then now my boss relics are Snecko Dome and Crown. It's just very cool. It's just very cool. Very fun and awesome and cool and fun and great, and I love that. I'm having a great time. Hopefully I don't get punched. Of course I get punched. Famous jerk. Can I just kill it? Jesus. This is so annoying. Okay, and it does this. Jeez. I don't think the pattern could have possibly been worse in this fight. Very cool. Dagger's so freaking broken, man. Oh my god. Now, this isn't probably something I'm allowed to do. Draw it all time, naturally. Should have probably just played the dagger. Never getting back around to it. Did get back around to it. Epic. Scaling, that's one of my major win conditions right now, so 50 gold would have got me an Apo. Rare is like super questionable, but it's probably worth it. It's worth it. Okay, yeah, I get 2 upgraded broken cards from it, so I still have a problem with drawing into Wrath. We can like get a foresight or something, and that'll fix all my problems. Oh yeah, this looks great. It would never do the thing, right? Okay, of course it does. I'm getting 2 free upgrades in this deck. Pretty sick. I would like to upgrade Dagger. Because it'll scale to something that just one-shots the entire game very quickly if I upgrade it. Like, it does not take that long for that card to start breaking the game. It really just doesn't. But it's probably okay unupgraded, and I want to survive this portion of the act. Like, it's absolutely key that I survive right now. My dagger is a little small. I won't die because of my dagger being a little small in this run. I'll die because of some stupid draw order that instantly kills me. Alright. Chilling. Basically chilling. I think we definitely go elite hunting here. It sucks to take this damage, but it's okay. I don't really think I need a second meditate with the upgrade debt right now. I like Carve Reality Strike on that one. Probably gonna put that there. But like there's a chance I want to brush this one down as well. Right, Indignation seems useful. If I would have upgraded Dagger, I'd be quite a lot bigger right now. That'd be cool, but I'm just happy to be alive. Happy to be here. Oh geez, that's a terrible draw. The worst possible pattern too. Unfortunate. Terrible pattern, terrible draw order. Terrible fight. Alright, we upgrade Fortress here. Champ probably can't kill me with upgraded Fortress and Meditate and Vulnerable and... Funny if I said that and then immediately died. Like to play Meditate here? I will. I need to put Indignation in play. So I will start having problems. I think it's dead. Oh wait, it's I can't be weakened though. Yeah. Shit, there are no skills in this. I mean, if it's not dead, I'll just use a potion. It's not dead. In fact, it's not even like particularly close. Dies with liquid memories on Carp Reality. Is that true? I'd rather use attack bot. If I do Sash Whip, I just don't die, right? Or I could just go Sash Whip. It's weakened, and then I can block for 39. It's also just blocking. God, I hate Dome. any idea how bad Dome is, chat? It's so bad. My deck is decent though. I don't really want more energy. Now time to get cursed by the spaghetti monster. It's the fate of all dome pickers. I guess I could still take like 80 damage this turn if I get really unlucky. Could be worse. Yeah, I have Runic Dome. Never take it. I wish I could never take this relic. That'd be great. Soon Spire 2 will come out and we'll never have to take this relic again. We'll all be saved from freaking Dome. Establishment Meditate. Wow. My Violet Lotus. It's a pretty decent Oddly Smooth Stone, but it costs a lot of money. There's just like nothing to buy in the shop. I could just go to the late shop, I suppose. Kind of will be going to the late shop, so you just remove and leave. I have enough gold to get a few removes, which helps me balance the deck out before I die for not having a Foresight in the deck. I probably will die for not having a Foresight soon enough. No! Not Flurry. Whatever will I do without Flurry of Blows? And Flurry of Blows did a good job. There was no slouch in this round. Backup Prep is certainly one of the relics of all time. Every watch run is the same. I'm just sitting here being like, where's my freaking rush down? Where is it? Where is Rushdown? I need my Rushdown. Thank you. So I can play 1 trillion cards a turn. Incense Burner. Yeah, like if I would have upgraded this dagger at the moment that I had to upgrade it, because there was like 1 fire where I could have upgraded this. It'd be like something that could one-shot Time Eater instead of like having to deal with Time Eater. So I kind of regret that. I understand why I did what I did. But... I mean, it would be nice to be able to one-shot Time Eater, I won't lie. But I just like pretend like I always draw something there. That was really stupid. I don't even like want to deal with this. It's a bad thing to do, but I don't want to deal with it, so that's my counter argument. Oh boy. Here it is, guys. Is it dead? Please tell me it's dead. It's not. Oh. Ooh. Cheating? That didn't actually matter. We didn't get cursed. Thank you, Ritual Dagger. I actually seriously appreciate you, Ritual Dagger. You're the goat. That's my last Wrath card, but we'll be fine. See, look at memories came back. I was a genius all along. Alright, chaining meditates together is like really good. I don't have a problem with trying to chain meditates together. Like playing meditate's really good, but I do get 2 removes and I have Bagger Prep and I have Gambler's Brew, so maybe just a bit slow, right? Rich. Yeah, I don't really feel super inspired to bottle anything in particular here. There's just a question of like, do I want to buy this garbage for Time Eater? Like, am I afraid of Time Eater? I'm not really. I can just play Indignation and then play some attacks. I'm probably doing just fine. This is a lot of health. Let's buy a bunch of health in Act 4. Like 20 max HP, kind of. A lot of my active draw is cut through fates. But I think I want my one-time indignation to last for 5 turns. Seems pretty cool. Doesn't do anything in this fight yet. Jeez. Hopefully I draw better next turn. That was terrible. Wow. Just an awful draw. Is it dealing more than 42 actually? No, it's not. Alright, chilling. I like to set up burner on like 5 or 4, something like that. Three is also kind of okay. If I wanted to do 3. It's not the worst thing ever. Do 3. Take 1 damage to put on 4. It's fine, it can make a big difference in this fight. You just full block with this no matter what the hit is. God, what a dick, man. My God. Does that kill? It does, right? Yeah. 3 burner is not amazing, but getting the hell out of this fight is pretty good. I have nothing to heal me. And like no real super impactful upgrades, I guess. It's another thing. But I have healing with my potions, so I could rather just upgrade some random cut through fate just to increase my odds of killing Act 4 elites on like turn 2. Buy that. I'll buy draw pot over the artifact pot then. This is a good draw. This might be a good draw. We definitely want to put this on 4. And Time Eater is just crazy with Runic Dome. Just a ridiculous fight. Be able to deal this much damage with the pin nib. The balm. Alright, how valuable is Strength Pot compared to Weak Pot? Weak Pot first cycle is as needed. Strength Pot just gives me 2 strength for the entire fight, which makes me kill a lot faster, which takes some pressure off of my damage. Yeah, I'll go Strength Pot. Top deck Mental Fortress is very nice. Top deck Meditate also extremely cool. I'd like to cycle. Win the 50-50. Assume if I win the 50-50, there's really just nothing to worry about at all. No, I didn't exit Rat. Let's just go ahead and draw Pyre. Why wait? Steal a bunch of damage this turn. I guess I shuffle out Meditate this way. That's like fine. GG chat. Almost lost this run, actually. It wasn't totally convincing the entire way through. I mean, I went to 1 HP in Gremlin Gang. Could have very easily died after going to 1 HP in Gremlin Gang. But I made it out of Act 1 with a Mental Fortress, so was able to cobble together a pretty strong deck by the end of the run. Back to the fun characters. Probably back to the fun characters. We'll take a break first, though. Watcher sucks. Right, can you believe the number in my title? 25. Look how small that number is. That number is tiny. We started at like 175. Means it's been 150 days or something since I started this countdown. Something in that range. But yeah, I will take a break before I play Ironclad or whatever. Maybe I'll make a tier list or something. We'll see. Back in a few minutes. What do you say about your win rate? Is my win rate on a Citrus 20? I don't actually really know. I could pretend like I know though and tell you it's like above 90%. But I'm kind of pretending. Because like win rates fluctuate a lot. If I'm just like playing, like the way I'm playing right now probably isn't 90%. It's probably like 85 or something. But again, I'm kind of pretending. Like these numbers aren't easy to actually conceptualize. You just make assumptions and kind of reinforce your own assumptions through play. But it's like fine to do that. It's not a bad thing to do. We're not robots. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. BRB. I have returned. The story of this run is mostly just going to 1 HP and Gremlin Gang and then not dying. When webcam? At some point, probably. I don't really have my like lighting in here set up for a webcam right now. It's like more less chill, like to have the webcam on because I can't just like sit with a blanket in my pajamas in like dim lighting. I have to actually like have the light so you can see my face. I've done cam for more than 3 months. Yeah, you can. It just doesn't look good. So I'm gonna have the camera on. I don't want to look. I'd rather just have camera off than just like have it look bad. No, I don't think anyone will judge me, but I have a certain standard of quality. So. We still don't have water, by the way, Jason. You believe that? Still no water. Like 3 or 4 days now, no water. Like my entire street doesn't have water. Where is the baby cat? So I'm gonna make another tier list at some point, like if it's now or later. What should be the thing? Am I gonna make all the tier lists? Collab the cards on each characters. I mean, I kind of want it to be representative, like my thoughts on it right now. So I can have like my final lists. And I can post them all to YouTube as like my final lists. Yeah, like here's my tier list for every aspect of the game, like relics, boss relics. Release it as a series or whatever. It's kind of my thinking right now. I will play Clad right now, though. Don't expect high quality of play, but all day there's been low quality of play. I'm winning, but the quality of play hasn't been very high. It's been high. Like, you can always expect a certain quality of play here. At least most of the time. But not, like, great. I'm not literally cooking. I mean, I am literally cooking with this, but... Should I even go to a shop? I kind of don't even want to go to a shop. I'm just not going to go to a shop. I mean, 2 of those cards are kind of bad. I have less damage pressure with the insect, so... Helping Nikki. So, like, what are the players? You, me, Nikki, VM? Everybody was in the funny call. Where we were torturing Jason. Okay, these cards are also bad. Do I take an Iron Wave? I probably take an Iron Wave. It's probably like the best card on the screen. Seems terrible though, like, to take that. It does seem kind of terrible. Can I just get away with not doing that when I have Preserved Insect? Maybe I can just get away with not doing that when I have preserved insight too. Like I have my damage here, you know. It's all good. I don't need to bridge my damage. I don't need to be responsible. I can just be an idiot. The strike doesn't actually do anything, so I'm not gonna play it. The next turn I'll play Bash Defend. Carnage. So I could go this way instead. Then I never get to upgrade Carnage. I mean, why wouldn't I go this way? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Unless I like die here or something. I guess I could die here. Maybe it did make sense. Ooh. You know, like actually looking at this spot. I don't like, I'm gonna lose, right? Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Well, nothing could be done. The way I see it, nothing could be done about this. Yeah. Oh, we're dead. We are dead. Like epic dead. Glug, I just have to hope that the Glug solves the elite. That's where we're at this point. I just have to hope the Glug solves the elite. Of course. I don't even get that cope. Well, and then we get no poke. I mean, GG. Obviously, we're amazingly dead here. Just amazingly, incredibly, hilariously dead. Yeah, you don't go to the heart pool there. You just go to the other fight. Obviously. When I clicked on the fight, I was like, wait a second. I can just like die to the heart pool. I need to fight elites, not heart pools. As soon as I walked into the node, I knew it was a bad idea. I mean, I took 52 damage here. I got pretty unlucky overall, but you can just do this. It's not complicated. Do do do. Do do do. Character is really dumb. Character is really, really dumb. Oh. I guess I'll die then. Sure. It's very fun. Draw the literal worst possible draw order. Yeah, the literal worst possible draw. No set of cards would have been worse to draw there. Like, there's no combination of cards that's worth. And I'm still fine, by the way. Like, I'm complaining. I'm still totally fine. Because this character is broken. As long as you don't make, like, extremely stupid errors like I did. This doesn't lock something next turn. Not worth it. Oh, it doesn't. I lied. My bad. It's fine. We keep our potion. Keeping potion's pretty cool. I'm still like totally fine. Oh, you wait to go to the hard pull here, and then you get this hard pull instead. Crazy how that works. Yeah, these guys. With my deck is like basically the same deck I had before, but now I take no damage. I added a spot weakness that I didn't even play, and I take no damage in this way. Very cool. Very cool. Epic. Even. Well, I shouldn't go here, but I kind of just feel like it. Immolate with like this is pretty stupid to take. But, I mean, you can kind of see the idea. Ow. Is it dead yet? Why isn't it dead yet? What's going on? I'm gonna die. Does it attack you next turn? Or is it buff? Yeah, I didn't miss out on much in this run, at least. I didn't miss out on like a super exciting, fun run or anything. I missed out on like the most boring run you've ever seen in your life. The Guardian, GG. Infinite. Very interesting draw loader. Oh, fascinating. Very, very cool. Love that. Okay, I mean, I get to play 3 strikes this turn. Can I really complain? Yes, I can. It's gonna buff this turn. Yeah. I know the whole song and dance. I draw 5 strikes next turn. I done it. Yeah, bonus tier list. It's a thought. It's an idea. Infinite. Infinite. Fuma. Reflex infinite. Infinite. What if I fought Sussy Elite? What would you think about that, chat? Like, if right now I just ran into this sussy. And it was in numbers. The thought was that I had enough damage for this fight if I just, like, play Sneaky Strike 3 times. I failed to account for, like, if I didn't draw Sneaky Strike on the second cycle of the deck. But, like, how can you account for that, really? Oh, come on. That's just BS. That's some bullshit. Was I able to block that? I might have been able to block that. So bullshit. Not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, it might be tearless time. I might be all out of brain juices to pretend like I care about playing this game. All right. This is that old one. I want the new one. Is this it? I don't even like see corruption in this one. The other one has uncommon corruption, and this one just doesn't even have corruption. Incredible. This one has corruption and all the other cards. Okay. All right. Here we go again. Tier listing once again. So this is my escape from having to play Slay the Spire. I can make tier list instead of having to play the game. I'd rather talk about, like, to me, this game is infinitely more fun to talk about than play at this point. I just have, like, no motivation. But talking about it is pretty fun. Look at all these cards. A lot of cards. So today we'll do Ironclad. Tomorrow we'll do Silent. Next day we'll do Defect. And then the day after we'll do Watcher. That's how I'll do it. Maybe I'll do colorless cards the day I do Watcher, and we'll just like meme around a little bit on the Watcher tier list. Because Watcher tier list is just not a serious thing at all. I mean, really, I find card tier lists a little less interesting than Relic tier lists, personally. But I'll try my best to make a cool one. I don't know if I need this many tiers. I'm going to delete one of the tiers. I'm going to make this tier the cards. We're going to steal Merle's thing. The trash. And then maybe like bad, but usable, kind of. Not always, but useful. Get in. Maybe I don't need two of the tiers. I'll figure it out. Stuff like this. Anger. I'll save anger. Armaments. Not always, but useful. Like, probably vibes based in that range. It's a decent block card, and it's like a reasonable utility card as well. Like, it can give you some max HP with feed. It just kind of like helps you support your damage and block in the early hallways and in the early elites against like the Guardian as well. It can help you support your output. That doesn't matter that much though. Mostly it's just like a utility card that can be useful in early game. So like if you don't need the utility and you don't need the usefulness in early game, which is pretty often if you see the good stuff, then it kind of goes down like in this range, but probably like towards the bottom of this thing. Barricade. Probably like top, not always, but useful. Barricade's pretty good. Very powerful card, but it's the 3-cost power that doesn't do anything the turn that you play it. So you kind of have to have some kind of build around for the block. And there are just faster options for scaling on Ironclad, especially with how you kind of build decks nowadays. This thing's just a bit too slow to be like the absolute premium scaling, but it is good scaling. It's just not the absolute premium scaling. It solves problems. Like there are boss relics in the game and card combos that exist in the game that incentivize barricade scaling quite a bit. So it winds up being around. Like you get things like Snack Eye, you get things like Runic Dome, and barricade scaling just becomes very convenient and good. The cards I think are going to be like the absolute insane, like you click every single copy type things, or like they win you the run. This is going to be probably top of get in, bottom of the cards, like one of those two. Battle Trance is amazing, like amazing throughout the entire game. Like it creates a card advantage, like I'm saying card advantage, card draw engine in your deck that makes it to where you can like create combos basically. And a lot of Ironclad's play is about creating combos, like creating a good enough second wind on a specific turn or a good enough Fiendfire on a specific turn, lining up like certain cards with other cards, getting certain powers in play very quickly. Like Corruption, Dark Embrace, like these types of cards, finding them and getting them in play quickly. Card draw is just very, 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 very good on this character. And Battle Trance is just 0-cost draw 3. It's absolutely premium, one of the best cards on the character for sure. So Armor Cringe there. It's probably gonna be at the bottom of this, while Barricade will be at the top. Like they look like they're next to each other, but I think Armor will be like the bottom of this, and then Barricade will be the top. So it's like they're kind of far apart. They just look like they're next to each other right now. Berserk is trash. There's combinations that make it okay, and specific like situations with Armor as a defend. It's a defend that upgrades a card in your hand, which is like a decent block card in early game, and then turns into, I mean, not like a great block card, but it's decent enough to like outscale certain fights. And it turns into a utility card in late game, and it's a skill. So that's not terrible. Berserk is terrible though. Berserk is actually terrible. Like very rarely this card actually pops off. It has stuff like orange pellets. You can have things like mushroom. Obviously you can have artifact from various sources. The energy can be good. It's a lot of time a decent card to generate off of Dead Branch. That's about the best thing I can say about it. The Vaughn is actually just terrible. Like you're playing an HP balance game on Ironclad. You're trying to like not let enemies outpace your Burning Blood. Like unless you have something like a Reaper, in which case nothing really matters. Then your healing is coming from Burning Blood a lot of the time, and Berserk just immediately makes the enemies outpace your Burning Blood, so suddenly you're just falling apart. It's so easy to make things fall apart on Ironclad. Like you're always playing this HP balance game where you're trying to stay at a certain range so the enemies aren't outpacing you. Like, because enemies just kind of deal damage to Ironclad no matter what, and this extra damage is just not acceptable. Especially in like Act 2 and Act 1. It's just not acceptable. And then this card's supposed to be good on late game and it's not even that good. Yeah, Blood for Blood. Great attack. Very, very, very sick attack. One of the best loop attack combo cards on the character. Like probably better than Body Slam, but like worse than Dropkick. So that's pretty cool. Like you want to exhaust down to a combo that plays lots of Blood for Bloods pretty often on this character, and so it just kind of gets in. A lot of the best combo pieces on the character want to use Blood for Blood in their combo. So you just get to not take things because you have this damage engine with your exhaust. Like this turns exhaust into damage, which is really, really, really good on Cloud. Turning exhaust into damage. Bloodletting, I mean, bloodletting, the text on bloodletting is one of like the strongest texts on any card that exists. Just like ridiculous amount of energy. Like just 2 or 3 energy is so much energy. But it doesn't say draw on it, and it doesn't like it's kind of like creating combos. When you exhaust down, it does create combos, but like it's not the ultimate combo creator. And then if you have Centennial Puzzle, this thing is actually just in the cards. Without Centennial Puzzle, it's like maybe top of not always but useful, or maybe bottom of get in. But and if you have draw, obviously this thing's good. But if you have draw, you're often in a good spot. So it's like not always. It is useful when you have draw though, for sure. Bludgeon. Probably like here. Bludgeon's like the worst big attack on the character, I think. Yeah, you have Carnage, you have Fiendfire, you have Blood for Blood, you have Immolate. I guess Peace Strike's maybe worse, yeah. Peace Strike's probably worse. But it's like the second worst big attack on the character, but it's still a big attack. And that's like kind of good. Like being able to just like detonate to detonate stuff like the baseball in Act 2, being able to kill a slaver immediately, being able to play a headbutt combo to kill like Book of Stabbing or Gun Leader or whatever. Those are all very good things to be able to do. All right, Body Slam. This is like kind of a loop attack, but it's not like as good as Blood for Blood because it's also not a big attack. It's an attack that requires combo pieces to be good. So it's like very hard to take early on like Blood for Blood. Like you can take Blood for Blood early and just make it work in the elites, but like Body Slam, you just can't do that. Not reliably anyway. But it is still a usable loop card. So I'd probably put it higher than like it's kind of a bad card overall, but because it's a usable loop card, I'll put it like up here. Brutality. Top of this, bottom of this, something like that. Brutality is like kind of usable. If you need card like some kind of engine for card draw to like put enough cards in your hand to make certain things happen. Brutality is a way of making that happen. It's not a good way of making that happen, but it is a way of making that happen. So it's kind of solid for that reason. Not a great way to do that. One of the worst ways to do that because the 1 damage is kind of bad, but and like I'm taking cube a little less nowadays probably, so I think it's a little bit worse. And like I'm often stopping card draw before this thing even shows up, so but it's still usable. Like it still gets in sometimes. Decost Blood for Blood, that's pretty good. If Blood for Blood's like one of your best attacks, then this thing is like definitely a little bit better. Burning Pact. Maybe above Battle Trance. I don't think I put it in the cards though. The cards are like the actual broken cards. Burning Pact's not quite the actual broken cards. It's just like one of the best exhaust targeted. It's the best targeted exhaust card in the game, in the whole game. It does exactly what you want a target exhaust card to do, which is draw cards. Like the kind of deck you want to exhaust cards is also the deck you want to be mass drawing cards, and this thing just does that. This thing's better than Dark Embrace, basically. It's like slightly better than Dark Embrace. Because it's like actually greetable in early game without just killing you. Very good card. But maybe a little bit worse than Battle Trance. Battle Trance is better early game, and that matters a lot. Carnage is probably Ironclad's best big attack. Probably the ultimate big attack on the character that's not rare. Probably the ultimate big attack is like Immolate, Fiendfire. Those types of cards are a little bit better, but like it's not a rare, so it's something that actually gets in when you need that big attack the most. So it's very good. I mean, obviously I just died with it, but I died with it because I wasn't paying attention. So and pay attention with this card, and you can kind of let it carry you in Act 1 and Act 2 and Act 3. and then it just exhausts and gets out of your way to make your like combo pieces work. All right, Clash, obviously, terrible card. Usable though, like it's definitely in the trash. It's one of the worst attacks on the character, but it's not the worst attack on the character. There's gonna be a lot more attacks in here that are lower than Clash. This thing at least does perform in early game enough of the time. Like it's enough payoff when you high roll that it's not totally worth skipping every single time. It's a fine card. Now this card is not a fine card. Actually terrible. The worst attack on the character, maybe. Because it's unpickable. Are there any other... I mean, okay, there's Searing Blow. I mean, Searing Blow is not a real card, so we don't have to think about Searing Blow. Wild Strike's better than this. Yeah, okay. It's like Searing Blow is worse than this, but Searing Blow is not even a card. This is like the worst actual card. 8 is just too small of a number. And like, you can't afford to add some garbage 8 cleave attack unless you're in a spot where you're like very confident in your late game and you need a strike in your deck. That's basically the only spot where this actually does something. Is if you're in Act 1, you want to strike in your deck, and you are very confident in your late game. Very rare situation. It doesn't never come up, but it does basically never come up. Practically useless card. Just not enough damage to actually be worth it. Clothesline is a card you click on, I guess. Weakness is pretty good, but it costs 2 energy to do 12 damage, which is like dog shit. You'd rather just like have a deck that's fast and not have the clothesline in the deck and then just deal with having no weakness rather than having to spend 2 energy on a card that does 12 damage and applies 2 weakness. Like you just prefer that reality, prefer living in that reality. So it just doesn't want to get in your deck, but it does say weakness on it, so it does get in your deck occasionally. Undeniably just does do that. Combust, I probably put top of bad but usable, kind of. I want to put it in the trash because I hate this card, but I'm trying to lighten up on it a little bit. It's a card that does do very good things in Slime Boss, which can be one of the scarier nodes for Clad. Does kind of like fix your damage in Hexaghost sometimes a little bit, like if you're like barely off, which is something that matters. And it's a power, so it exhausts with Second Wind. It doesn't get in the way of like combo pieces. It's just okay. But the 1 HP loss is just really annoying. It's like really, really annoying. All right, we have our first The card. I always like kind of found it funny because my opinion of corruption is like never my opinion of corruption has never went. Honestly, the more I look at this, the more it's like probably armor's like down here. Maybe body slam as well. It's like this maybe. These cards are just kind of better. This tier is not buffing out as much as I thought it would. So I'll just like move those down. Corruption is very broken. And there was like a time period and multiple time periods in the history of me playing this game, watching this game, where I've seen people be like, trances of the card. The cards are meant to be like the absolute most broken cards in the character. Trance is not quite that broken. Corruption fundamentally alters the game because it makes all your skills cost 0. So like and you can very easily, if you play Ironclad properly, basically if you see a corruption and you add it to your deck, you should be able to build out to a deck that wins the game as soon as you play corruption. That's just not a hard thing to do in this game. Just win the game when corruption enters the play. Not when you enter some kind of combo, say when you have corruption, Fatal Pain, and Dark Embrace. There's a lot of decks that can just win when you play corruption. Like I play corruption and the fight just ends. Not a lot of powers that do that. It's one of the strongest powers the turn you play it, and also every other turn. A lot of powers start to really ramp up in power as the fight continues, and corruption just immediately gives you a bunch of energy in return if your deck is built to make it work. And I would recommend building your decks in a way that makes corruption work. So like I definitely do that because it's very, very good if you do that. And being able to win the game as soon as you see this rare card. There's also just a lot of relics in the game, like Ashes, Snecko Eye, Branch. If you see those relics and you get a corruption, those relics win the game for you with corruption. They just create that situation. Yeah, Wraith Form's probably the best power of the turn you play at. Becoming invincible is kind of good, but Corruption is up there, yeah. If I put Dark Embrace like bottom of Get in my opinion, some people might put Dark Embrace a bit. I'll put it above Blood for Blood. Some people might put Dark Embrace lower than that. I won't. I will always say Dark Embrace is just insanely broken, and it accelerates you so much. It's worth just taking it and making the upgrade happen. It's one of the ways to win the game very consistently. It and Feel No Pain kind of individually can win the game for you. It often becomes the most important card in your deck when you do take it. There's just like so many runs where this card becomes the most important card to draw in your entire deck, and you just want to get it in your play as fast as possible. So highly recommend taking that card when you can. Probably a little less takeable than Burning Pact, but like a bit more powerful than Burning Pact. But because less takeable early game, and I can make combos happen with either card, I'd probably put it a little lower than Burning Pact. Demon Form. Demon Form, just Reaper exists. Like, it's kind of a bad card, but Reaper exists, so it's like Reaper just exists. It's just like how it is. Reaper is just like a card that exists. So because Reaper exists, like you see Reaper, and then Demon Form becomes full heal every fight very easily. And that's enough to make the card okay. Without Reaper, it's just too slow, and Ironclad wants to be fast, but with Reaper, it doesn't matter how slow you are, you're just full heal. So Demon Form just becomes a very good card. That's just kind of how it is. Disarm. Disarm's a very good defensive card. There's like a time period for me with Ironclad where I thought that Disarm and Shockwave were basically all you needed to block on the character, and I sort of still think that, but I find myself in more and more positions. Maybe it's bottom of Get In. I like don't really know. It feels like a better card than Bloodletting, but it's just like a very good defensive resource card to have. It lets you kind of cheat out output in some situations and solve some more difficult fights faster. It's like a better Malaise, kind of. Yeah, I often will just like add disarms when I see them, and it just kind of works. I just win the runs where I actually see this card, so it's probably good. I agree that disarm upgrade is super crap. I mean, yes. Yes, I do. That upgrade is not worth doing basically ever. It doesn't actually do anything. All right, double tap. Bad but usable, kinda. It's pretty bad. It's a skill. It's enhanced a little bit by the fact that it's a skill. But you know, it's still pretty bad. You have to like line up things. It's basically only useful for like dealing a bunch of damage in early decks with big attacks, which is something. Like, be able to double tap Carnage, be able to double tap Immolate. It's not totally worthless, but often you can like use that effect with potions that's actually consistent in the fights that really matter, that you need that effect in, and then you just don't want to draw this card in other fights. Like double tap Bash is just not good. And that's like what it does actually in the early game. In the late game, it's often just not worth adding at all. It's a pretty bad card. Don't think I put it in the trash, but it's a pretty bad card. Oh, Dropkick. Oh, Dropkick, why are you so good? What happened to this game that made Dropkick this good? I don't remember, like... Now I just feel like Dropkick actually enhances my deck so much. Like, I add a Dropkick to my deck, and... Okay, it has problems in early game. It's not something that you just, like, slam in early game over some actual damage card and then die and pretend like you don't know why you died because your Bash and your Dropkick don't line up. but it just enables so many things, and it enhances the exhaust engine so much to have this kind of payoff card after you exhaust everything. Um, yeah, there are some maps where like you just can't accept the low roll of missing Bastion to dropkick. But often your combo in late game does revolve around this card, like often enough that I can't really put it lower than this, I don't think. It's just kind of solid. Dual wield's probably bad but usable, kinda. Maybe like here. There's like a moment in time where I thought dual wield was like a really strong card, but then I just build better ironclad decks and you don't need the output that dual wield gives you, and it's inconsistent, and so it's kind of bad. Yeah, it creates the infinite, but there's other ways to create some kind of combo that wins you the game that's just more consistent and faster. Not that it's totally useless, but like maybe it should be, maybe like clothesline should be here. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Entrench is a card I actually respect a decent amount. Like I don't disrespect Entrench, but it's not a card you want to take. And like the fact, or it's not a card you want to take in early game, obviously. And the fact that it exists in your card pool kind of makes Ironclad's card rewards more inconsistent. It'd be nice if you didn't have this card, so you could have more consistent card rewards and see the better cards more often, instead of seeing like card rewards with this in early game and then you die. And just for that reason alone, I probably put it pretty low actually, because the card just doesn't get the ball rolling, and Ironclad wants to get like the good deck going as fast as possible, and this card actively gimps your ability to build a good deck. Yeah, when you have like a certain combo already, then this can add to that combo, and you can add it to like in expectation of the combo, an expectation of the combo happening. But if that combo doesn't happen, then like the card's just kind of dead weight, which is fine. It's a skill. Like the fact that it's a skill is like gonna enhance that a little bit for sure. It just says skill on it, so it's like okay, you can just second wind it away, you can just corruption it away. It's like fine, but it does kind of gimp your early card rewards, like being able to find the good damage cards and be able to find the value cards that actually bring you to a strong deck in the late game and the mid game even. Like you want to be strong in Act 2, and this card does not do that for you at all. So speaking of a card that doesn't make you stronger in Act 2, and that's like why it's bad. Evolve's kind of bad. Maybe I put it one above Brutality just because of how good Power Through is. And as soon as you have Power Through in your deck, you at least have like a reason to want this. And this can also be good in Act 1 boss. Like sometimes you need it to kill Slime Boss or Hexaghost. Like you just need that extra output. You need that extra consistency. It's just something you actually need to add. Probably more often in Slime Boss where you're like solving damage with angers. Like you kind of need this in your deck. Otherwise, you're just not drawing enough cards to actually make use of the angers and duplicate them fast enough to deal enough damage to not die before they kill you. But other than that, this card is a famous you drew Evolve card, and it doesn't do anything, and it's bad. Because it doesn't do anything. At the point where I'd say Exhume is like better than Barricade. Exhume brings back Offering, that's kind of broken. Also brings back Feed, that's kind of broken. Like there's definitely some value cards that Exhume brings back that are just the best cards on the character, and that means the card's like kind of good, but it's definitely not in get in. Like you're not just clicking this card. You need a decent amount of information to be able to click this card. But once you have that information, this card's just like good. So like as soon as one of those cards are in your deck, this card isn't like the cards. Like it jumps from like here to like top of here or here very quickly as soon as you see one of the good cards. But you have to actually see that card first, and then the card's just kind of like in trash or here. So I'll just put it between those 2 points. Can I accept a B strike? Yeah, sure, buddy. All right. Okay, I'll put it here. Here? Yeah, it can be friends at clothesline. There you go. Good friends at clothesline. All right, Feed. Broken. actually disgusting card. Wins every run. You just see this card and you just kind of win the game because you have sustain suddenly because you gain max HP, which gives you actual HP and gives you rest value. And then you also have invincibility in late game. Like you just get both of those things on a solid attack. Like what is that? You have like a solid attack that deals 10 damage. It's not even that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. 1 energy, 10 damage. And then on top of that, you have sustain because you're gaining max HP, which gives you HP. And you're also gaining more rest value. And then you're also guaranteeing your late game. Like you don't even need as good of a deck in late game because you have max HP to tank the first cycle. What a ridiculous thing for one card to do on the character. Like it's actually so stupid what this card does. I'd say it's probably better than Corruption. Probably better than Corruption. Probably like top 3 cards in the character. Ridiculous card. Speaking of ridiculous cards, that card, the Mental Fortress of Ironclad, right here. Feel no pain. Yeah, sorry, Pitor. I gotta be honest though, I'm not a liar. I thought you were gonna rebrand. You know what happened to you? All right, yeah, feel no pain. Obviously, one of the absolute strongest block cards in the entire game. Decent in early game. You want to build a deck where this card just pops off. Like that's just the type of deck. The type of deck you want to build on Ironclad is the type of deck where this thing blocks every single turn for like 30. It's ridiculous how strong this thing is. And it enhances all of the strong things on the character because most of those things are exhaust synergies, and this thing says the exhaust synergies now block for you, which is ridiculous because those, like, without this card existing, the exhaust synergies would not be able to be as degenerate as they are. Because like even though this card doesn't actually actively make you go infinite, this card blocks while you're trying to go infinite, and blocks while you're trying to make a loop happen. Like you just get blocked while you're doing that, so you're able to do it. Without this card, you wouldn't be able to do it. That's kind of like why it's stronger than Dark Embrace, even if you're trying to play towards that kind of combo. All right, Fiendfire, I'd probably put it at top of Get In. I don't think I put it in the cards anymore. I think there was like a time period where I put Fiendfire in the top of, or in the cards, but there's like a card draw issue with Fiendfire. Like as soon as you see Battle Trance, the card gets in the cards. Like as soon as you see Battle Trance, it's just immediately broken. But you have to like see one of the things. Otherwise, like the 4-card Fiendfire is actually just kind of too slow. Like it's not actually that great. But yeah, you have Dark Embrace in play. This thing's ridiculous. You have Battle Trance in your deck. This thing's ridiculous. You have Offering in your deck. This thing is giga broken. You have Centennial Puzzle, Bag of Prep. Like there's just Pyramid. So many ways to make this thing stupid. But all of those things that I just said are like the strongest things on the character. So, and like Dark Embrace is kind of hard to get it to combo. But yeah, obviously still a very good card. One of the best Mass Exhaust cards in the game. Not the best Mass Exhaust card, but one of the best Mass Exhaust cards. Fire Breathing, unpickable. Like actually just unpickable garbage. Flame Barrier I still kind of like as a like a block card. It's a skill. And it doesn't fall off like ever really. Like it just kind of consistently blocks for you throughout the entire run. Just gives you value. Pretty sick card. But like you get to a point where you want to skip this pretty fast on Ironclad. But it's not instant. Like it's not like you're instantly in a place where you want to skip this. You kind of want to add this for a little while, and then your energy, like you need to pay attention to your energy curve, and then as soon as your energy curve hits a certain point, you don't want this anymore. Or if you start there, you kind of don't want this anymore. Like if you have the Carnage already, then this thing gets significantly worse. It's like, but it is solid. I actually do think it's solid. I think I'll put it in bottom of this tier. Flex. Put Flex next to Entrench. It's definitely a card that kind of like ruins your card rewards in late game because it isn't a card that actually scales you in late game. But it has enough uses in early game. Also, by the way, P-Strike's probably like here. Maybe P-Tor's gone now. So you can put P-Strike like a little bit more honestly. Like here. I'll be a little bit more honest about P-Strike. It's fine. Just a little bit, you know. I had to bait him a little bit. Flex is just not a card that you take past Act 1, realistically. Like, you need the Pellets combo to come together after Act 1, or you need, like, some kind of Limit Break combo. then it can happen. But there's a lot of cards that can play into that. It's just a common that does that, so you'll probably be able to do it. But it's just so bad unupgraded. Like, it needs the upgrade so desperately, and having to commit an upgrade to a card is just such a bad thing to have to do when it's not even that good. Like, yeah, if I have to commit an upgrade to like Battle Trance or Fiendfire, like Corruption, Dark Embrace, like Carnage, like something like that, Blood for Blood, I'm at least getting like an insane card out of that, not just like something decent. And this card like needs an upgrade like more than those cards and only gives you something decent. That's a pretty bad thing for a card to do. Ghostly Mid. Ghostly Mid just like never gets in my deck. Just never gets in my deck, like ever. It's just like a card that I look at and I'm like, oh, that card's kind of cool, and then I never ever ever take it. So I'm gonna put it like in mid because it just should be a mediocre card, but like I never take it, so I don't know. It's a skill, it can't be that bad. All right, Havoc. Havoc is an awkward card. Super, super awkward card. But when it works, it's really quite good. But it needs to be working for it to be like good. And it takes a decent amount for this card to be working, so I'll put it here. It's all right. Takes a decent amount to make this card actually good. Like, you can't just like have headbutts in your deck and then big attacks and this card's actually popping off. Like, that's too much to have to do. I used to think that's something that would like actually work, but really this card just needs like an upgrade for one, and it needs like, it's kind of similar to Flex in the fact that it needs an upgrade, but I think it has a bit better payoff in late game. So I'll put it like next to Flex. It's kind of a similar card. The card that just desperately wants to be upgraded, but it has the payoff from Frozen Eye as well, and also has the exhaust energies and exhausting down to like a combo, which is something you want to do. So this is like a combo piece. I prefer like this a little bit compared to a combo piece, but they're kind of similar because of how desperate they are for the upgrade, while also just not giving you that good of a thing. Like, a lot of the time you just cannot play Havoc in your hand because it could kill you. You just can't accept the low roll. Probably put Headbutt like one tier above. It's like an attack that's quite good, but it can create, or it can end up in a space where it's not like so good pretty quickly. Like, if you draft the right cards quickly enough, then you just don't actually want to play this card to redraw your good card. You just want to reshuffle to redraw your good card, right? Like, you want to play like Burning Pact, Battle Trance. You want to play your Offering, Dark Embrace combo, and get back into the card you would otherwise headbutt, and just not have a headbutt in your deck, rather than headbutting to draw into that card. There are some decks where headbutt's just like a very big part of your engine. Like, you get the good cards back every single time, and your deck's big enough that is a thing, and that does happen. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like that never happens. Being able to headbutt Bloodletting in a big deck is really, really good. So the card is good. Like, it's not bad. I'll put up a Bludgeon. But a lot of decks quickly get into a space where they don't actually want to add this card. So, Heavy Blade, the most overrated card in the entire game. Put next to Clothesline. Maybe the most overclicked card that exists in the entire universe. I even clicked it once and died for it, and I was like, why did I do that? It's because people keep clicking this garbage, and I keep having to like pretend like it's a good card. What is going on? Card is so bad. Oh my god, this card is so bad. It is like, it's basically Sword Boomerang, right? Like, Sword Boomerang and this card are just like the same card, and they're both fine. Put them both Clothesline. If you need to like rush damage in the heart with a strength value engine, then these cards can do that for you, and that is like pretty good for a card to be able to do that for you. That is pretty good, but often I just don't need it, and I see people take it when they just don't need it. They just put this card in their deck, and they just did not need that card in their deck. Like, they can just play Strike, like just play Pommel Strike. Like, you're making like enough strength that you can just like win with your other attacks. Like, you don't need actual strength scaling. You don't need to go that fast, especially if you have Reaper. Like, just keep in mind, like, if you have Reaper in your deck, you might think, oh, I have a lot of strength, so I have a Reaper, so I also want this. But if you have Reaper in your deck, you just do not need these cards. You just don't, because you have Reaper, so you don't need these cards. That's the thing I would tell you to keep in mind. Hemokinesis is probably the best big attack. I said earlier Carnage is the best big attack, but it's actually probably Hemo because it costs 1 energy and does like the same amount of damage. Kind of stupid. Kind of like a stupid card. One of the best uncommons to see early game. Deals with all of Act 1 for you. Doesn't even fall off in Act 2. It falls off in Act 3. It falls off harder than Carnage does in Act 3. That's like its problem, but it's just better in early game because you can actually play Bash into Hemo, and you can't play Bash into Carnage. So Carnage has that major flaw. Hemo does not have that major flaw. Like Carnage is good enough that it's fine that it has that flaw, but Hemokinesis gets to be that kind of damage card. Get the flaw of being worse in late game, but not have the problem where you can't play Bash into Hemo in early game. So it's just a much better early game damage card than Carnage, and then falls off a bit harder than Carnage, but that's like fine. It's one of the best damage cards in early game. And it enables you to skip basically everything for a very long time, which is very, very good for you. This card's kind of like a bunch of removes if you see it fast enough. All right, Immolate. I mean, it's pretty good, right? One of the best damage cards to see in the early game. Absolutely. Good in Reptomancer, which is one of the scarier fights that exists for this character. Good in Slavers, which is one of the scarier fights that exists in this game. Kills collector minions. I mean, obviously, it's just a good AoE card. Kind of wants the upgrade, but it's worth giving the upgrade. Solves damage for you. Good to see. Just very solid card. In the early game, falls off a cliff in the late game. That's okay. It's kind of like Hemo, but better. Like I'd rather see Immolate, I think, in early game than Hemo, but they're kind of in that same tier of like they fall off in the late game, but they're the absolute premium best damage cards to see in the early game. Like Carnage is the type of card that doesn't fall off in late game, like because it just exhausts for you. So Carnage is like trying to be these guys, but these guys' numbers is just better. And I care more about the early game, I think. The Man. Play Vault, but for the enemies. It's still pretty good. It's still a card that you just like don't skip in a lot of runs. Like there's a significant amount of runs where you just do not skip. Impervious. So I don't think I can really put it lower than this. It's just like a very useful card, but you have to be very careful adding this card to your deck. If your deck is in a situation where you just can't, like there's a lot of decks that are in a situation where you can't afford to actually spend energy on Impervious. You have to be spending energy on attacks or other cards because like putting powers in play or whatever, because if you take time to play Impervious, you'll just die. But there are also decks that can block throughout the entire game, which is like 3 Impervious in your deck, and that's your block engine. And that's just like how the game works. Obviously, it's just the densest block card that exists in the entire game, except for Mental Fortress. I mean, in one card play, this is the densest block card that exists. It's like up there with Panic Button, right? Just makes it usable, especially with Corruption. Corruption Impervious is very strong. Infernal Blade is a pretty bad attack. It's pretty shit. It's a skill. You can exhaust it with second one, but it's pretty shit. Put it like here. Like the randomness of it is just not reliable at all. Like you can just have a lot. Like I've had runs where Infernal Blade pops off and carries you. If you get Corruption early, Infernal Blade's pretty good because then you don't have to upgrade it. But if you don't get Corruption early, it really wants the upgrade, which is kind of annoying. Like if you get Corruption from the whale, from some kind of whale bonus where you get Corruption early, this card often ends up in your deck just because like it creates that synergy. It works with Final Pain, which is pretty cool. Like you get this in early game, and then this, like as soon as you have Final Pain in your deck, this is an okay damage card if you have nothing better. But it takes these types of cards being in your deck to make this okay, and otherwise it's just terrible. And it really wants the upgrade, so not a huge fan of that card at all. Flame I'll put top of not always but useful. The Defrag of Ironclad, very solid card. It's fast. Like you just play it and then you have kind of enough strength to do some of the things that you need to do, like just enhancing your dropkick by a little bit of damage so you can actually kill Collector or something. Like a pretty good thing for the card to do. It ends up in your deck very often. Maybe it's like up here, I don't know. I just like value early game power so much on this character. Like, and this card kind of gives you that early game power, and it's good against Hexaghost. It's like a lot of things for a card to do. So yeah, I'll put it there. I can see Disarm going down 1, but this looks okay so far. Intimidate is a skill that exhausts and gives weakness. That's not bad. Put it here. Doesn't always end up in my deck, but I take Dark Embraces quite often. So like, if I get a lot of Dark Embraces in my deck, this card's just kind of solid. Artifact Strip enables Shockwave faster, which is good because Shockwave is the best card in the entire game. Shockwave's one of the best cards in the entire game. Like a little mini 0-cost Shockwave. I'd rather play Corruption and play actual Shockwave. Like the difference is pretty astounding, but there are spots where this is fine. Even in an early game, if you need to like bridge a block card into your deck that doesn't actually cost energy, this thing can get in for sure. You just like need to save that extra 5 HP in Lagavulin. Iron Wave. Where did I have the other? It's like, I like Iron Wave just fine. I'll put it next to Peace Drag. It's not great, but it's a nice little bridge card for blocking and damage. It's kind of similar to Intimidate, but it's an attack. It's an attack that I don't take when I feel like I'm gonna have to take more attacks, though. Like if I take this attack and I feel like I'm gonna have to take more attacks, I'm probably making a mistake. But if I feel like, oh, I can probably skip from here on out, but Iron Wave can be the last attack that I take, and I just use it as a combo piece, it ends up being pretty good. If you have stats, like things like Ollie's Moonstone, Vajra, Kunai Shuriken, if you just have stats, the thing just gets a lot better. And it can be like a part of a combo piece, so I'll put it there. I don't know. It's like something like this, maybe. Juggernaut. I don't think I'd quite put it in the trash. Would I put it in the trash? Maybe it's in the trash. It's either bottom of bad but usable kind of, or in the trash. It's just too slow. Like, it's just not fast enough. But it can work like as a damage multiplier. It's mostly something I use if I get off of like Enchiridion and Power Pot, stuff like that. Like it can actually be useful to take it from those things, but putting it in your deck and actually spending 2 energy on it in every fight to deal damage is just too slow. Like it's just not fast enough. If this card costs 1 energy, it would actually be like really quite good. It'd be a very solid card if it costs 1 energy. Like very good. But it's just too slow at 2 energy. It just is. It's just kind of how it is. Combos with some powerful things, but it's just too slow. I don't want to spend my offering turn playing this. I want to spend my offering turn playing fast things that win the fight immediately. I do not know where to put Limit Break, actually. I have no idea. I'll just put it with these cards. Maybe it should be higher. I don't know. I don't know where to put Limit Break. I'm just gonna put it there. Metallicize, Panacea, Trigger Fuel. Goated card, holy. What a sick card. Love Metallicize. Big fan. It's good at Citry, it's good in Lagavulin, good in like the Act 1 bosses in general. It's like good in Hexaghost. Not good in Slime Boss. Typically, if it's a Slime Boss act, I won't take Metallicize. But if it's like Hexaghost or the Guardian, Metallicize will just like end up in my deck. And it never ends up in my deck really after that. There's like some spots, maybe if I see an upgraded one and I want it for some reason, like I have Mummified Hand or whatever, but typically speaking, this card gets in Act 1 and it's good, and it just is good. It's fine. All right, Offering is the best card on this character. Absolutely the best like value generator on this character. It completely warps your deck building and macro decision making. As soon as you see this card, you can just make extremely greedy decisions and make your deck very, very powerful very quickly. Because your combos just kind of line up. You just take this card, you upgrade it, and then you make a combo, and that combo wins you the game. And Offering just makes that combo happen extremely consistently. Like you play the Offering, the combo just happens. You put a bunch of cards in your hand, and that just makes whatever the best combo in your deck happen. Like whatever the best combo piece you have, it will just line up with the other combo pieces, and then you'll win the fight. If you're building the types of deck I'm building anyway, you'll just like win the fight as soon as you draw this card and play it. And drawing the card and playing it, winning the fight is better than like playing a 3-cost power to win the fight. These cards are kind of doing similar things, but and if you build your deck in a different way, Corruption's better than Offering, but I'm trying to build my deck to where if I draw this card and play it, I win. And that on a card that's also good in early game, also good even when you're not in a position where you can do that. It's just ludicrous. Absolutely the best card in the game. I could make another tier for this card, honestly, if I wanted to. But I'll just put it at the top. Pommel Strike is one of the good enablers for a loop. So I'll put it here. It's like one of the actual good attacks on this character because it enables loop plays. And typically I'm trying to do some kind of exhaust loop. And Pommel Strike's just like there, making that exhaust loop happen. Dropkick too high. Dropkick's probably too high. Probably put Dropkick and Pommel next to each other. Yeah, it draws cards. Card draws cards. So does this card. If it says draw card on it, it's like not bad. If your card says draw card on it, it's probably not that bad. I don't know. Maybe I'll put this on top of not always be useful. Pogger Through. What a card Pogger Through is. I'm gonna put it next to Carnage. 1 energy, block 15 damage. Combos with Second Wind, which is one of the cards. Spoiler alert. Yeah, what an incredible card. Absolutely incredible. Very good with Medkit. Very good with the exhaust synergies. Has a weakness, obviously. If you can't deal with the wounds, then it's pretty bad. But I mean, it's just an incredible value card in early game and in late game. Generates some of the most powerful combos that exist on this character. And yeah, what else is there to say about it? Pommel's a card that's went up in my evaluation recently, but it's probably still not that high. I'll put it like here, maybe. It's an exhausting attack, which is like something I value now for some reason. And like I still take the strength cards. So because I still take the strength cards and Pummel is an exhausting attack, that makes it reasonable. Like the boot exists, things like Flex Pot exist. Like I just find when I take Pummel, the combos just kind of show up. Like I just get the boot, I get some Flex Pot, and it solves a fight for me that's very hard to solve otherwise. And then late game it just kind of stays out of your way. It's kind of like a bad Carnage is what Pummel is. It's kind of like a bad Carnage. It's a card that you put in your deck, helps you a bit with early game damage, especially if you have combos for it, and then in late game it just kind of doesn't get in your way, which is pretty cool. Rage is pretty bad. Put it with Ghostly Armor. It's like that tier of block card to me. Maybe a bit better than Ghostly Armor. Like more pickable in the early. It kind of does a similar thing to Ghostly Armor, where like you take it early, but it has more payoff for late game. But the payoff for late game is kind of imaginary in my opinion. But in early game, like on floor 1, you can take it to like help you solve hallway fights, help you block hallway fights. Like a fine thing that it does. And then in late game, obviously, it has potential with the Dropkick, Pommel, Blood for Blood, that type of like combo pieces in your deck. But it's not something I rely on to block in those combos. I would kind of rather just not have the card and make those combos faster. Because when those combos happen, I just kind of win. Rampage is Cleave tier, maybe a little bit better than Cleave. Yeah, probably a little bit better than Cleave. Usable, but I mean, of course, like any of these cards could get in your deck in some imaginary situation, but it shouldn't happen really. Very, very mid. All right, Reckless Charge. I respect Reckless Charge. I have some respect for it. Not that much respect, but I do have some respect for Reckless Charge. So I'll put it there. I don't know. Just kind of vibes placement. It's all right. I have some respect for it. Rupture. I'm gonna put it below Juggernaut, but not totally in the trash. It's kind of the trash, but I'm not gonna put it totally in the trash. It's like that tier of complete garbage power. Searing Blow is the worst card on the character. Second Wind is... I don't think it's as good as Corruption in my opinion. It's probably the bottom of this tier, but I think I would put it in the cards. It's the best mass exhaust outside of Corruption. Like I do at this point kind of think Second Wind's better than Fiendfire. It's just like does what I want it to do in the deck more often than Fiendfire does what I want it to do in the deck with the decks that I'm building. So, I mean, it's just a little broken, absolutely insane broken card. Like, just, it's one of the cards you want to greed the most, for sure. Reaper I'll put here. Offering Reaper feed top 3. I think that's my top 3, yeah. Yeah, I think so. One of just the most game-breaking things in this game is being able to Reaper back to full after every fight when you just have some strength or whatever combo you have to make Reaper heal you back to full. It's the best sustain card in the entire game. Not even close. Like, Feed and Reaper together are just the best sustain package in the entire game, and Reaper on its own is the best sustain card in the entire game. Absolutely disgusting, nonsensically broken. I mean, everyone knows it. If you play this game enough, you know how broken this thing is. Filthy card. Seeing Red and Sentinel, I'll put like similar. Probably Sentinel is a bit worse than Seeing Red. But like here, I don't know. If you have like the Exhaust Energies and the Dark Embrace, these things are pretty good. If you don't, then they're not very good. This thing isn't as good of an energy card as something like Bloodletting, but it is fine. Like, it gets in your way more often than you might think it does. Like, if you actually pay attention to this card and you click it thinking that you're going to get energy from it, and then you actually pay attention to it, and you'll just see that you're applying it and passing your turn, or playing and getting one extra strike or defend. And it's like, it's okay, but it's not great. Maybe it's like bottom of not always but useful. I don't know. It's like floating between those for me. Seversal is actually one of the more decent big attacks. I'll put it like above P-Strike by 1, I think. Incredible. It's a card I will actually click on, and I find when I do click on this and I do actually build around it, it does pretty well. It has the same text as Second Wind, but it doesn't block, and it costs 2 energy, so it's like infinitely worse. Okay, Shockwave. Shockwave. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Shockwave is the best debuff card in the entire game. I don't think Silent has anything better than what Shockwave does. Weakening enemies is incredible. Vaulting enemies on this character is incredible. Corruption exists. Energy is something you take. Offering combos exist. Like, one of the best cards to play on your offering turn is Shockwave to try to win the fight immediately. It is the best vulnerable card to enable Dropkick. And Dropkick is a very good card that you want to enable. So, yeah, just ludicrous. Very good. Not much needs to be said about that one. Shrug, I'm going to put like here. Shrug's okay. It's fine. It gets in your deck often enough that it's like good. I don't know if I can justify it. Like, I find myself in more and more positions nowadays on Clad where I just don't want any shrugs, like, at all. Like, I just don't want to even add the first shrug, because I just do not want to spend 1 energy on block 8. Like, it's just not like a thing I want to do. And then I already have my draw, so. But it is good, and it does play part of combos. Obviously, if you have like Sundial, Pommel Strike, Shrug. If you have like some loop with Pommel Strike, then Shrug can be part of that loop to block. It is good, for sure. Maybe it's like Headbutt quality. It's around Headbutt quality, I think, as a common. It's good. There's like corruption combos that exist that enable it to be very good. It's kind of weird to have this card below Impervious. Like, do I really not have a higher opinion of this card than Impervious? Like, Bloodletting. I feel like Barricade should be like, I don't know. These cards could shift around a little bit for sure. They're all like around the same to me, how powerful they are. I'm not really sure. Spot Weakness is probably very top of not always but useful, or bottom of get in. Is the easiest strength gain card to use. But at bottom, get in. It's a skill. Skills are pretty cool. You can exhaust them with Corruption and Second Wind, which are the best exhaust cards in the character. And also, this thing enables Reaper, which is very good because Reaper is very good. So yeah, I'll just let Spot Weakness and Inflame be friends. They can be friends. Maybe spotting is a little bit better than Flame. I don't know. They can be friends. Thunderclap. Very mid. Not too surprising. I'll just put it with the other mid attacks. Not very good. True Grit. Very, like, Havoc tier type of thing. Not too complicated. Twin Strike. I put it, like, bad but useful, kind of. Like, around this, like, high tier mid attack. Like, these are all mid attacks, but it's, like, high tier mid attack, I guess. Something like that. Now, Uppercut is not a high tier or not a mid tier attack. It's definitely good. Put it like next to Carnage. That's a high tier attack card. Very good. Kind of zooming through these last ones. Warcry is fine. Warcry is like an unplaceable card, really. It's like nothing really to say about Warcry. Body Slam should be lower than those. Put next to Iron Wing. I'll put Warcry there. I don't know, just vibes. Whirlwind's like Reckless Charge tier mid attack. Wild Strike's obviously terrible. Anger is like probably like Sever Soul tier mid attack. Lots of attacks to just put next to each other in this tier, basically. So, typically speaking, you skip these cards. You kind of just don't take them. These cards you just kind of take when you need them. These cards you just take. And these cards you, like, giga take. And you'll win a lot of Clad runs if you do that. Like, genuinely, if you just, like, follow this, like, early game Clad picks, you'll just, like, kind of win all the time. You just, like, don't take these cards. You take these cards, kind of, if you need them. You take these cards all the time. Just they kind of solve your problems, and then you giga take these cards, and then you skip, and then you win. So, what do we think about the list, chat? We like this one? I tried to give good explanations, but I did zoom through kind of the ending there. Lemon Break deserves more love. It's okay. Like Upper more than Carnage. I mean, they're right next to each other. They can be friends. It doesn't matter the order that much. It's just like that tier of attack. I kind of put the attacks in tiers. Like, this is like the top tier attack. This is like top or high tier kind of attack. This is like your okay attack, like low, high tier, mid tier, high mid tier type attack. These are your bad attacks. And they're just like kind of separated a little bit. And these are your absolute garbage attacks. I don't know. There's some stuff on here that could maybe shift around if I thought about it more, but roughly speaking, this is kind of what I think about Ironclad at this point. P-Strike gets picked a lot. Does it? Does P-Strike get picked a lot? I don't pick P-Strike a lot. I don't pick an Act 1 either. That card can stay away from me. I'll pick Anger over it. It's like Anger tier to me. I put it where I think it belongs. And doing the other classes, yeah. Next stream I'll do Silent, then I'll do Defect, and then Watcher. Yeah, I mean these attacks, like the attacks that are in this tier, get in your deck sometimes. These attacks are basically never get in your deck, but these attacks do get in your deck sometimes. Prove my tier list by doing a run. I kind of did this tier list because I didn't want to play Slay the Spire anymore, so unlucky. Yeah, for anyone who is here that wasn't here earlier, I do have a new starting soon screen. It's in my title, but I'll show it again one last time. Here you go. Check it out. Is this a commission? No, my sister made it for me for free. Can you imagine being that lucky? Imagine that. Which one do you like the best, chat? Give me your favorite character out of all of them. There's their art. Ooh, everyone's saying a different one. That's probably a good sign. That means they're all good, right? If everyone has a different answer, that means they're all good. Why is Defect looking so shy? Uh, she wanted to put Defect, like, make him a little shy because he's dead. So he's just sad. just sad because dead. No, that's... Yeah, she worked very hard on this. So I'll definitely tell her that everyone loved it. She needs good feedback. She worked really hard on this shit. she hurt her foot and then just like decided to put all of the energy from like that she would normally put into working instead into this. It's like nonstop. Forgive her for not believing my world record streak. No, she did believe. She was just being sarcastic. I saw some people saying she didn't give a shit. She did. She did. She does care. If you understand my sense of humor, then you'll probably understand somewhat her sense of humor. So should be in the Niao's letter. I mean, that'd be crazy. I don't know if she could even handle that really. She did work very hard on it though. Anyway, very cool stuff. You're only going to be able to see it for 10 minutes at the start of the stream. So make sure, everyone in chat, make sure you show up very early in the stream so you can see the starting soon screen with the music playing. Very, very important. You'll definitely thank yourself for doing that. Get in here. Show up for the intro, then leave. Yeah, real. Real and true. All right. I'm going to end here. I don't really want to play Slay the Spire. I'll play it again tomorrow, but the motivation is at all-time low. I want to play Spire 2, you see. The motivation, like, it's going to be, like, bubbling within me, you know? Like, I'm playing Spire 1, I'm like, oh, you know, like, you know, I'm kind of playing it very casually, like, whatever. You know, I'm trying. I'm not, like, just actively throwing or anything, but then Spire 2 is going to come out, and all that motivation is just going to come back. I can already feel it. It's gonna be wonderful. We're so close. 25 more days till March. We are so close, chat. I cannot wait. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tier list. I'll show it one more time. Hope you enjoyed the tier list. It was fun. Yeah, I'll do Silent tomorrow. I'm gonna do all the characters. I'm trying to make all the tier lists before Spire 2 comes out, so stay tuned. Obsidian user, yeah, I used to use a different note program, and then it went to complete shit. Like, it was terrible. So I had to switch to Obsidian, and it works fine, so it does a job. Anyway, thank you all for watching. GG's and goodbye.